Tournament time is here. I'm Bobby Broyles, joined with CAHoops.com blogger Mike Litos. And Mike, we have our bracket, we have our board here, ready for your picks. But before we get to your picks, what does a team have to do to win this tournament?
Well, Bobby, we're going to start with a cliche that I only half believe in. Defense wins championships. In the CAA tournament, defense is going to keep you in every game that you play until your offense can catch up. Of course, at the Richmond Coliseum, a lot of times teams have a hard time getting their legs under them in terms of making shots. Different rims, different background, everything is just so different. So you've got to be able to play defense until your offense can catch up. On the other side of the court, I like an offense that can score in different ways. You got to get some steals and layups, get some runouts, get some easy baskets to get confidence going, and you got to be able to knock down a three or two, because as much as you talk about defense, and we saw it last year with Old Dominion and VCU, you still have to score points to win. That's what it comes down to, scoring baskets.
Well, the action begins Friday, March the 2nd at the Richmond Coliseum. Let's get right to your picks. Beginning at noon, you have the 8th seed JMU Dukes taking on the 9th seed UNCW Seahawks.
Yeah, Matt Brady down to 7 players with all the injuries that they have there. UNCW struggled a little bit coming down the stretch. Even though they only have 7 players and an injured coach, I like the Dukes to prevail.
All right, and then our 2:30 first session, second game, will be the 5th seed Delaware Blue Hens taking on the 12th seed Towson Tigers.
Yeah, Bobby, Pat Scarry rightfully getting a lot of credit for keeping his team playing hard throughout the season, but this is just a talent mismatch. UD is going to take it.
All right, so the first session, we have JMU and Delaware. Now, later on Friday evening at 6 o'clock, you'll have the 7th seed Northeastern Huskies taking on the 10th seed William & Mary Tribe.
Yeah, Bobby, Northeastern has never beaten William & Mary in the state of Virginia, be it at Kaplan and Williamsburg or here at the Richmond Coliseum. I actually like the upset here. I like William & Mary to keep the trend going. Tony Shaver has his team playing a heck of a lot better now than they were playing earlier in the season. 2-3 in their last 5 games, and a couple tough, tight losses, a 2-point game against Drexel. I like William & Mary here.
All right, and then the nightcap, 8:30, Georgia State takes on Hofstra.
Yeah, Ron Hunter, his team playing loose. He wants to keep it fun for his kids. I see that playing out on the court as well. They're going to show up with a little bit of an attitude, not a bad attitude, a fun attitude. Georgia State to prevail.
Remember, you can get all the live video and audio web streaming of Friday's action on CASports.com. And now moving on to quarterfinal Saturday. First game at noon, top seed and regular season champs, the Drexel Dragons, taking on JMU.
Yeah, these two actually played a very tight game into the second half up at the DAC towards the end of the season. But I like Drexel to roll here. They're going to come out fired up. Bruiser Flint's team, they've struggled a little bit in the tournament, but they have exactly what I was talking about at the Open, Bob, and that is offensive weaponry and different types of dynamics. I like Drexel.
Dragons advancing to the semifinals. And on the bottom side of the bracket should be a great game between the Delaware Blue Hens, are on a great winning streak coming into the tournament, taking on the 4th seed Old Dominion Monarchs.
Yeah, the Blue Hens versus the Blue Hares of the CAA tournament. Old Dominion, you never want to face them in the CAA tournament. But I'm going to tell you, Bobby, by a margin right now of 50.6%, I like UD to pull the upset. Just with Jamel Hagans and Devon Sadler providing that inside-outside combination that's so unstoppable. They're freshmen not playing like freshmen. I'll tell you, Jarvis 3 right now, in the last 3 weeks, he's not playing like an all-freshman team member. He's playing at an all-CAA level. They're hitting free throws. They're continuing to play good defense. I like UD to pull the mild
50.6%.
Yes.
There you go, folks, right there, 50.6. Now, Saturday evening, first game at 6 o'clock, VCU taking on in-state rival William & Mary. They had a great one earlier in the season at the Siegel Center.
Well, they did, Bobby. A 1-point game that William & Mary actually had a chance to win. A couple missed free throws late cost them in that one. Ended up losing in overtime. I think that's going to get the attention of the VCU players. Not even at the Siegel Center. VCU wins.
And our nightcap, 8:30 Saturday night, Georgia State taking on George Mason. That one should be a good one as well.
Yeah, I think you look at the VCU game, Bobby, and that's the anomaly for George Mason. They have generally played as well as they have needed to win games. They got Georgia State pretty good earlier in the season. It was back in early to mid-January when Georgia State was really playing well. Mason got them good then. I like Mason to win again.
Okay, our Final Four is set for semifinals Sunday, and beginning at 2 o'clock, Drexel, Delaware, a great rivalry, sets up a great semifinal matchup.
Well, it certainly does, and this is where the old cliches like 3 freshman players in your rotation and playing your third game, I think this is going to wear down Delaware. Drexel, they've got the experience. I think Drexel runs away with it.
Drexel to the championship game. And then at 4:30 Sunday, not that this rivalry is getting any more intense, at 4:30, VCU takes on Mason for the right to go to the championship.
Yeah, 3 games in 3 weeks, certainly. VCU is going to have that, I guess, mental edge over Mason of really getting them good down here in Richmond just this past week. I think VCU is going to prevail here. They're going to have all those fans at the Coliseum. It's going to be interesting to see which way the ODU fans go in this game. Of course, the 3 of them having the big rivals. But I like VCU really based on experience and talent level to pull this one out.
So Mike's picks has the 2012 Virginia 529 men's basketball championship. Drexel taking on VCU. Who's cutting down the nets?
First thing I think of, Bobby, last year, CAA quarterfinals, Jamie Skeen at the buzzer, 62-60 game. Really a classic CAA rock fight. I think we're going to see a repeat of that game. VCU's defense is better than last year. Drexel's offense is better than last year. This is going to be one of those games that keeps people on the edge of their seats. But in the end, I like VCU and Shaka Smart to cut down the nets and get the automatic bid.
All right, so VCU, according to Mike, is going to be your 2012 CAA men's basketball champion. If you agree with Mike or probably disagree with Mike, a lot of you, go
really? Somebody would disagree?
Go log on to Twitter, use the hashtag CAA Hoops. Let us know what you think. And remember, Saturday and Sunday is all televised action. Check your local listings on the Comcast family of networks. And then, of course, a championship game, 7 o'clock on ESPN. Looking forward for the tournament to start, Mike. It's been a long time coming. We'll see you down at the Coliseum. Stay with us throughout the week for continuing coverage of the championship.